Hi, Jenny Boymore here from the Proven Group, and I am here with Martin Coyle from myhomeclean.com.au. You are one of the directors there, Martin, and you know it always brings me much joy to bring together my two loves, which is franchising and cleaning. Thanks for joining me today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Now you've been around the traps in franchising for a long time and have had a lot of experience. We're living in an interesting time now, so I'd love to ask you, what do you think the most important skills and traits for leaders in franchising are today, moving into the future? We've got to be thinking ahead all the time.
Sure. Look, to be honest, I think it's emotional intelligence because we've got a world full of artificial intelligence and we expect general intelligence, but I think emotional intelligence, being able to read a situation, read people, understand, that to keep on an even keel, be cool, calm, and collected in whatever situation they may be in. Be curious to find out what the real situation is. Be willing to dig a little deeper to understand. Being open-minded and to what others may be thinking or doing, but at the same time being focused on the direction and the outcomes that are generally agreed as the best for both the franchisor and the franchisee.
I love it. Yeah, emotional intelligence is a really interesting one, isn't it? Because with this changing world, I think the pressures on people are quite extreme as well, aren't they?
Yeah, so you need to have the maturity, I suppose, to be able to navigate complex situations.
Yeah. And can I ask you, who's inspired you in your career?
It's a good question. You know what? I I wish I'd had a mentor when I was younger, and somebody who kind of was able to give me a guiding hand. I had to go and make all the mistakes myself, and I did. I've seen snippets of what people do, if you like, in terms of people who might be great at sales, or people who might be great at organisation, or people who might be good at with managing money and those sorts of things. And I've taken little snippets from different people. Overall, I'd have to say my business partner, Russell O'Connell, in my home, is one of the most fascinating business people I've ever engaged with. He's got tremendous vision. He knows exactly what he wants as an outcome, but also he's got the clarity of bringing and putting things together, which I think is a missing trait in a lot of people. So you may or may not like him, but you know exactly where you stand. And I suppose I admire what he's done, and that's why I'm very pleased to be working with him. And underneath all that hard business acumen, there is a heart, and there's a sense of humor too, which I really enjoy.
So important. Yes, especially to laugh at yourself.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I really love that. I'm lucky I have met Russell as well, and yeah, I definitely have really got a lot of value out of my interactions with him. So yeah, I can see that. Can I ask you? Franchising is all about win-win. It's about the franchisor winning, the franchisee winning. All too often we see situations where there isn't success all round. What do you think is the most important thing, the skills, the traits for franchisees to be successful?
I think it comes down to mindset in many ways, because and this is where perhaps my thinking is slightly different from other organizations or franchisors, in that franchising is just a structure that we operate within. But ultimately, it is a business partnership that you enter into with somebody. And you've got to look at what each person is bringing to that partnership, and hope that it's of an equal value. We as a franchisor bring systems, know-how, expertise, understanding, mentoring and coaching, as well as branding and products and services, where the franchisee needs to be able to bring the ability to execute, the ability to follow systems, that discipline, if you like. I think it makes it critical for them to be successful, is to have that discipline. You know, what we look at it in terms of, this is what we offer the marketplace is unique in the sense that we offer a management franchise. There's not a lot of those around. Most of franchise operations tend to be people who actually end up delivering the service or selling the product directly themselves. You know, there are bigger opportunities such as McDonald's or what have you, which is a management franchise, but in what we do, it's a fairly unique thing. So they've got to bring skills in our essence of, such as being able to manage relationships with their staff, be able to manage relationships with their customers, and being able to organize themselves using systems to be able to get things done. We obviously make that as easy as we can. We have endeavored to remove the friction points, making the administration as simple as we can, making the marketing systems as easy as we can to deliver the leads, and ultimately train the people to convert those leads into customers, etc., and then teach them how to maintain that. We've got all of that learning curve in the bag, systemized, ready to go, and it's then up to the franchisee to trust that we've done that properly, adopt the systems, and then they'll see the success coming through. But as I say, I think this is more of a business opportunity that stacks up on its own right. Forget the word franchise, think business. Now, often people think you have to be an entrepreneur to go into business. Well, if you've got good systems, good branding, great opportunity in a marketplace, well, then all you need is kind of management skills, which will then enable you to enjoy the fruits of your labor without having a boss looking over your shoulder. And that's really the plus coming along. So it can be an enjoyable thing. And when you're enjoying doing what you're doing, you tend to be a little bit more at liberty. You're not carrying a heavy load. You're not feeling you're going to get burnt out. And therefore you feel a little bit more joyous, and you interact with the world in a little bit more positive way. And that comes back nicely round to what I was talking about in terms of mindset. So if you've got a positive mindset going in, will help maintain that. The work that you do will maintain that. So ultimately you'll have that positivity.
Oh, I love that. I really love that. And I mean, I love the approach that you and Russell essentially have to franchising. You know, it's very much about finding the right people and really helping them grow and be successful in a very, very simple and effective system. So, you know, thanks for sharing that. And I think wisdom and the insights will really have a lot of value for a lot of people. So thanks, Martin, for that.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on, and look forward to seeing you being successful as well.